Well, hey guys, welcome to our review of Nightwing issue number 8. In the last issue of Nightwing, we had the epic conclusion to the whole entire Psycho storyline, and we also, got some information about who was underneath the Talon costume, which was the same information that was given in the Batman series that's going on right now in the New 52. We learned that the person who was underneath the Talon suit was actually William Cobb, who was actually Dick Grayson's great-grandfather. So very important bit of information there. And then, we were going to start off a new storyline because there was this mystery behind Nightwing's S-Charisma sticks appearing at a crime scene. So we're going to start off a new storyline, but before we can actually do that, we have something to deal with here, which is the Court of Owls event. And Nightwing actually gets a two-parter in this, event, or two issues that has to deal with the Court of Owls, which is really good and really interesting. So this was actually called Night of the Owls Prelude, because we all know that the whole entire Batman universe right now, or everybody that's in the Batman world, like not Batwoman, she doesn't have anything to do with it, but Batgirl, Damian Wayne, or Batman and Robin, and all these other Batman characters are actually going to be appearing in this event, or having to deal with this. And Nightwing gets a two-parter, which is really great, and I really like that. So what happens in this issue, for my brief summary, is basically we get a brief backstory for one of the Talon members, and I guess you probably can tell who this person already is. So there's no spoilers here. Once you're reading this issue, you're going to know who the person Nightwing's going to have to face, because I think everybody who's going to deal with the Court of Owls event is going to have to deal with one of the Talon members. So what technically happens is Nightwing, of course, gets the information that the Court of Owls is trying to take over Gotham City. He gets his information, from Alfred, and he's calling every single Bat family member, and he gives them a list of, the people that are going to be assassinated, who are actually social, political, people in Gotham City. So he decides to, actually go try to save or protect Mayor Haiti, and he goes over to, where he is, and of course already, the Talon has already beat Nightwing to it. He's already attacking, Mayor Haley. And, of course, before he can actually try to kill him, of course, Nightwing comes along, and they start having a really, really epic battle. I really like this battle. It was really awesome. But then, of course, mostly generally speaking, we just see Nightwing fight a Talon member, and we get some backstory to one of the Talon members that Nightwing's going to have to face at the end of this issue. And like I said, it's not spoilers or anything like that. You're going to figure out by the end of this issue, you're going to know who it is, because halfway through, they already get to Haley Circus. So we're getting a backstory for somebody who was in the Haley Circus back in the old days. So, guys don't know this already, it's William Cobb. We're getting a backstory for him. And in the end of this issue, we find out that, of course, after Nightwing takes out one of the members of the Talon, or the Court of Owls, he actually appears, and he's going to have to face Nightwing in the next issue. So that's really interesting. We actually see, William Cobb actually have to fight, Nightwing, who is a descendant, member or bloodline member, of his family. So which is interesting. Now, I was really speculating that, oh my god, it would be awesome that, Nightwing had to face his dad. But we all know he wasn't part of the Talon. But it would be interesting to see that happen. But to see him actually face off against William Cobb, who was actually his great-grandfather, he didn't know much about. They never touched much about him, and his relationship with Dick Grayson at all until now. So it's great to see how Dick's going to have to deal with this, because he never met, his great-grandfather. So will he be able to actually take out William Cobb? We don't know. Now, that's generally what really happens in this issue. Not a lot happens because there's just a lot of fighting between Nightwing and Talon, and also just backstory. Now, backstory really isn't all that interesting. It's just giving a backstory to William Cobb. But basically, it just tells a story about how he became from a street kid to working for Haley Circus, and technically how he had to join the Talon, and how he was trained and whatnot. So basically, that's all the backstory we get. So like I said in the last review, I did want to get some backstory to William Cobb, and actually we did, and I'm surprised. Okay, yeah, we got some backstory to him right now in this issue. which actually means, you know, the prelude to the Court of Owls event. So of course we're gonna have to get some backstory for William Cobb before we actually see him fight against Dick Grayson. So that was great. I like how they added that into the storyline, because we don't want to have questions being like, okay, who's William Cobb? We know he's his great grandfather, but how did he join Haley's circus? Do we, you know, I know people ask questions, and questions are actually answered in this issue. And like I said, the fight in this issue, the action scenes, were really spot on and really great. I loved it. It was really fantastic. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. How is Dick Grayson going to deal with, you know, him fighting against William Cobb, his great-grandfather? And generally speaking, you know, what's the mystery behind this S-charisma stick being in a murder scene, you know? Because it actually does touch upon that, but then afterwards, they have to get with, you know, the Court of Owls storyline. That's generally what happens in, you know, this issue. Not a lot, but very interesting, very good issue. I really like it. Highly recommend you guys pick this issue up, even though this is dealing with the Court of Owls event, and you really don't have to pick up this issue, because if you don't really read the Batman series that's going on right now, you don't have to pick it up. But if you guys are reading, you know, Nightwing right now, I still suggest you pick this issue up. Really great fight scenes, really great, you know, good backstory to William Cobb. If anybody has been reading the, you know, Nightwing series so far, you know, you guys got to continue. Who is this William Cobb, you know? And so we learned the relationships between him and Dick Grayson. And I've been mentioning that a lot in this review. Yeah, I've been talking a lot. But yeah, so that's all that happened. I really like this issue, so I highly suggest you guys pick this issue up and check it out. And yeah, hopefully you guys liked this review and found it helpful, and I'll talk to you guys later. So, see you guys.